It's WrestleMania weekend, and that means that we get NXT Takeover New York as well as WrestleMania. But right now, I'm about to do my NXT Takeover New York predictions. I'm Mason. This is Wrestling in the Dark, the only wrestling review and recap show brought to you by a blind fan, as far as I know. So what is going to happen at WWE's NXT Takeover New York? It is a stacked card, as always, and I am really looking forward to it. It's not a hot take to say this will probably be my favourite show of the weekend, but I'm going to jump right into it and get to my predictions. So, starting off with the WWE United Kingdom Championship match, that will be Walter versus the reigning Pete Dunne. Now, Pete's done a really good job over his time as champion, his exceedingly long time as champ, but it's been a good run. He's done a lot of good for the NXT UK brand in carrying it, and he's had some really good defences of it. He's had some good time with it, but me, like everyone else, thinks it's probably Walter's time. Who knows what's next for Pete Dunne, whether he'll be called up to the main roster like some people think, or whether he'll just stick around in NXT and just mix it up in the main event scene with whoever wins in the main event. I think that's the better option, even though he is probably ready for the main roster. Just let him mix it up in NXT for a bit. You know, look at the prestige that Finn Balor had when he came up after so long. If they let him just mix it up in NXT, it gives him just that extra little bit of time to get people behind him, and Walter can carry NXT UK through to the next chapter. Really looking forward to this match. It's going to be hard hitting. I'm going to know what's going on because Walter's going to chop the crap out of Pete, and whether the commentators tell me or not, I know what's going on when there's chopping going on. So it's going to be a really good match. So let's go with the result prediction, and that will be Walter walking out as United Kingdom Champion. WWE United Kingdom Champion. And the quality prediction, because I always like predicting the quality, I'll give it a 5 out of 6, but I think that I'll end up wanting to give it a 6 out of 6, but it'll end up being a 5 out of 6. Cannot wait for this match. Okay, moving on to the NXT Tag Team Championship match, which will be Aleister Black and Ricochet, who I like to call Black Magic, versus the War Raiders. And I have gone back and forth on this. I really think that the War Raiders will retain. Back when I thought that it was going to be Aleister Black and Ricochet versus the Revival, I thought that they might come out as the Raw Tag Team Champions, but I'm not so sure what's going to happen now that they're in their match with the Usos, Rusev Nakamura, and The Bar at WrestleMania. I really don't know, but either way, I don't think it affects the outcome. The War Raiders need more time with it. They need to, establish themselves more, and Aleister Black and Ricochet are more than likely on the way to the main roster after this weekend. I say on the way to the main roster, they're already up, but I think they'll probably get split up after Mania if they don't win the tag belts off the Usos. Yeah, I think this will be a sneakily good match. I usually struggle with multi-man matches and tag matches because of the commentary, but I've got a sneaking feeling for some reason, because I've really liked the chemistry that Black and Ricochet have had. I've just got this feeling that this is going to be a sneaky match of the night. So I'm going to go with my result prediction, and that will be the War Raiders retaining. And the quality prediction, I'm predicting 6 out of 6. I'm not sure why. I just have this really sneaky feeling that it's going to be the match of the night, and it's going to be really good. But that's really hard to say considering the other matches on the card, because there's not a bad match. This will not be a takeover to disappoint. So yeah, that's the War Raiders retain in a 6 out of 6 match, but I could be wrong. Next up, we've got the fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's Championship with Shayna Baszler retaining. I've just completely messed that one up because I'm not even predicting that she retains. It's Shayna Baszler defending against Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair. This is a fairly easy choice for me, really. I think Shayna will be on her way up to the main roster after Mania. There's not too much left for her to do. Whether she takes the other 2 horsewomen with her, I don't know, but I definitely think she'll be on the way to main. So I definitely think that Shayna loses in this match, which is why it's good that it's a fatal 4-way, because you can easily have her lose and not have her be pinned or submitted, and she can go up to the main roster looking nice and dominant as a 2-time champ, and also, you know, news for women. As for the other 3, I am not particularly keen on Bianca Belair. Don't like her promo skills. Don't really like the character. I wasn't particularly impressed with her match with Shayna last time around, and I don't think that she's ready for the title. Kairi Sane, again, she could end up coming out of this as a 2-time champ, but I think that it's better to. I'm not particularly well versed in the history of NXT. I'm pretty sure Shayna is the first time 2-time women's champ, and I think that is a good accolade for her to keep. So I'm not sure whether they want to do that with Kairi yet, and I think within the next couple of months, at least the next 6 months to 8 months, she'll be on her way to main as well. So I definitely think that Io, or Io, I'm not never particularly sure how to say it because everyone says it differently, but Io Shirai will walk out of this one as the champion. It's also, I'm going to make my prediction now that this won't end up a ladder match, even though people are convinced because of the match graphics. So yeah, the result prediction, I will go with Io Shirai as the new NXT Women's Champ. Match quality prediction. This one could be difficult because it could be in-ring wise, it will be a really great match. Those competitors are all great. It will be a great match for the in-ring style and and all the things that are going on. But if the commentators can't keep up, if there's a lot of she did this to her, etc., non-specific commentary, then it'll damage my experience of it, and it'll probably end up coming out more a 4 out of 6 rather than a 5 out of 6. I do think that if they do it well, this could be a 5 out of 6 match. But I'm wary about the commentary on this one because I really do usually struggle with multi-man matches, but hopefully they do well, and if they do, as I said, it'll be a really great match. Luckily, I think it'll be a little bit of a spot fest, so there should be some cool moments whether or not the commentary's that good. Moving on to the NXT North American Championship, Matt Riddle versus Velveteen Dream. Now this one is probably the one that most people have gone back and forwards on the most. Velveteen Dream has not had that NXT NA Championship long. He won it off Johnny, and a lot of people think that he needs a little bit of a longer reign with it. I'm not particularly convinced because he has history with Johnny and with Adam Cole, and it's just, I'm not sure he needs that championship to mix it up with them, especially considering if Johnny were to win, he's the guy that took the NXT North American Championship off Johnny. So, you know, he's got history with both of them to move up and just be like, hey, the Dream wants a match with you. And Matt Riddle's riding a wave of momentum at the minute. He's been putting on really brutal, dominating performances. Those elbows been putting over really, really strong. And I, as early as it is, I think now is the time to just capitalise on it and just give him a nice dominant run with that NXT NA Championship. You just give Dream a valiant loss. He just needs to look good in defeat. I really think that they should go with, like, Riddle's hammering away at Dream with the elbows. It looks like Dream's out and Riddle lets him go, but Dream's not quite out, reaches out to basically, come on, I'm not finished, and then Riddle lays him out with a few more elbows. Just that little thing, I think, would make Dream look like a valiant underdog, and I definitely think that it is Riddle's time, and I think this will be a great match. So result prediction, I'm going with Matt Riddle walking out as your new NXT NA champion. And the quality prediction, God, this could be anywhere from 4, 5 or 6, just depending on where in the show it comes and what kind of pacing it's got, but I have a feeling it'll be a solid 5 out of 6, because that seems to be the sort of benchmark for this takeover. And finally, we'll get to the main event: Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole for the vacant, Tommaso Ciampa's vacant NXT Championship. Now, I think we all think that Johnny would have come out of this as the champion if it had been that culmination of the Ciampa-Gargano storyline that we all thought it was going to be, and it was going to be, before Ciampa got selfishly injured and screwed Johnny over again, because I don't think Johnny's walking out of this one with that NXT Championship. I think he's on his way to main. I don't think he needs it. There's people that are saying that he's going to either stay in NXT or go to 205 Live, and they're just going to bide the time with him until Ciampa can come back and they can finish that story. But I think it's better if he just moves on. I really do think that if they just go with Johnny just moving on, completely forgetting about Ciampa, and when Ciampa eventually comes back, it's like that, oh my god, Johnny it looks like he's just seen a ghost. He hasn't seen Ciampa in so long. And you don't necessarily have to make it look like a Johnny failure situation either, because you've got so many shenanigans that can happen with the Undisputed Era, etc, etc. So I just think it'll be Adam Cole walking out as the NXT champion. Johnny will maybe have one more match against him in the coming months, and then he'll be up to SmackDown, I would guess. I don't think that he'll go to Raw. I think this will be an absolutely bonanzas, just balls out crazy match. It's going to be, if the tag match isn't the match of the night, this one definitely will be, and it'll be fun to see where it goes. I can't wait to see what shenanigans they pull off with it, and it's going to be so good. Adam Cole coming out with that NXT Championship is my result prediction. Quality prediction: it's either going to be a solid 5 or a solid 6. It's really hard to predict. I'll go with 6. I think it'll be the second 6 out of 6 match. So that's my predictions over and done with. I cannot wait for Takeover tonight. I can't wait to watch it and just take in all the craziness. It's going to be such a stacked show. I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to let me know what you think will happen, leave a comment down below. And if you want to hear the results of the show and any other shows that I might have in the future, make sure you subscribe, hit that notify bell, and you'll never miss another Wrestling in the Dark. Alright guys, I'm off, and you should have a good one.